We recently recorded a Q&A podcast, and here's a question you guys asked. Should you hunt a bed on opening morning? You get to hear two opinions. Would love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments below. Let's get right into it. Here we go. Another bed question. A lot of bed questions here. All right. Would you set up on a bed on opening day?
In the right scenario, yeah. I don't know that, obviously if you're setting up on the bed, it's going to have to be a morning hunt. So if you know where that deer is feeding, if you know where he's bedding, how does that quote go?
If you know where a deer is bedded and where it's feeding, that deer should be dead.
Yeah. But I think if you have the right access to get in there in the morning, actually, no, I take that back. Playing that through my mind, I've never done this before, but opening day, I think I would sit back and hunt him in the evening versus going in and trying to hunt him in the morning and trying to screw it up. So I think I would play it more conservative. If you know that deer is in that bed, obviously you've already identified that. I would try to figure out where he's feeding, and then I would try to hunt that deer in the evening time as long as you had the right access.
I think that's an excellent. There's a customer that we had that did exactly this. Basically, he went and shot a really big deer opening morning, and I remember he had to relocate, but it was one of those situations where he knew where he was spending a lot of time to go back into bed. He tried beating him back to bed. I don't think it quite worked out, but then he ended up connecting with him later that day. So there's certainly skilled hunters out there that could do that. I think if you had to break down the people that have the true knowledge of how to do that and then the ability to execute it, I think is probably slimmer. But in theory, if you feel confident with your plan, then why not? But then again, I think got a long season. there's
just
more.
The odds. What do you think the odds are? Like when you think about that scenario, beating that deer back to its bed, that deer not showing up until daylight, and then you still have this is kind of going down a different rabbit hole, but when you start to talk about thermals, everyone gets on the topic of thermals always rise in the morning. Well, yeah, they rise in the morning, but most of the time it happens way later than what people realize and understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I would say, I wonder, okay, we have a great cold front. There's multiple things that I think that have to stack up there for that to be.
Right.
But if it's opening day is 95 degrees and it's been 95 degrees for 5 days, I'm probably not taking that bet.